Hi guys, I'm in the garden again today because we were tagged by the Smith Family Ranch. They have been doing YouTube almost a year. They live in Texas. They have cows and chickens, so go check them out. They are completely in a different area than me here in northeastern New York, but I was tagged to do 3 things I learned this spring and summer gardening season. So this year was the first year that I really was serious about what I was planting, when I was planting, how I was planting. So the first thing I learned about is companion planting. I did my research to see what plants went with what flowers would deter bugs, and it definitely helped. This year was tough for pests anyway, but it probably could have been a lot worse. You know, the marigolds with the tomatoes and the basil with the tomatoes, stuff like that. So do your research, see what plants grow good together and will maximize your garden. The second thing I learned this year is vertical gardening. We have 2 trellises here and 1 for the tomatoes. What a game changer. Let me tell you how much space these trellises have saved. Look at this one back here, all the way over. Well, they're kind of dying now, but let me tell you, I had no idea about vertical gardening until this year, and I feel like a lot of people probably were the same way. Trellises, oh my gosh, the peas, love them. Cucumbers, love them. Pole beans, love them. And they are less likely to get eaten by the chickens. Over there, see them. Pests still get them, but they're a lot easier to just find. And it's just a space saver instead of having, look at this vine, you know, where would that go? I'd have to have it all the way out through half of my backyard. So if you don't know about vertical gardening, please do your research, get some trellises. I mean, these are just cattle panels. I'm sure a lot of you know about the cattle panels. And then that is just welded wire for the tomatoes. And the tomatoes are at the top. The tomatoes are probably 6.5 feet tall. So it's such a game changer. I tried to grow watermelon on them, but they got eaten by Japanese beetles. So, but you can grow melons. I mean, there's just so much that you can do with trellising and vertical gardening. And I would have to say the third thing that I learned this year is how much I love herbs and flowers. I like the companion planting. There are so many different uses for herbs. It is crazy. And flowers, I'm growing flowers that I had no idea that I would even like those beautiful zinnias behind me, and even the marigolds are beautiful. And there's some calendula in there. But who knew that calendula had so many uses? I mean, you can do so much with calendula. It's insane, and it's so good for you and your body. So do your research. Herbs, make sure you're planting herbs that, you know, you're gonna use, whether it be for cooking or to make salves or balm or anything you want to do, body butter, scrub, anything you want to make with herbs. I got a couple books on growing herbs, and it included some recipes to use those herbs, but it's insane. You'll find herbs that you never heard about before, flowers that you could never say, like zinnias. What the hell was a zinnia? Calendula? I had no idea what those flowers were till I started gardening this year. And they are so beneficial for my garden because the bees and all the pollinators just love them so much. You'll see in my last video how the monarchs were just all over the zinnias. And that's one plant. So they do take up a lot of space, but they are so beautiful. There is so much more that I learned this season. This was, like I said, the first year that I really took it serious. I experimented with some vegetables, so now I know what my family likes and doesn't like, what we will eat. I've had rabbits and groundhogs and deer, you know, kill my corn and my strawberries, so we need to do something about that next year. But this year we just learned so much, and next year I am really looking forward to spring. I don't want to rush, you know, winter. I love winter too, but I'm looking forward to spring coming so I can start the plants in the greenhouse like I did last year. It was the first year we redid the greenhouse and it worked out phenomenal. So your greenhouse doesn't have to be anything fancy, but it definitely gives you a jump start on the season. It is so windy out here. It's so cold. It feels like a fall day. It is just a cool breeze, and I'm just in a t-shirt and I could definitely use a sweatshirt right now. But those are the things I learned. I don't know who has been tagged and who hasn't been tagged, but if you want to do this challenge, I know this year was tough for a lot of us with the humidity and the heat and the rain. So tell us what you learned and let her know so she can add it to the playlist if she makes one. And I'd love to see, if you're in my area, what you learned this season as well. All right, well, thanks for watching this video. We will see you on the next one.